working on my movie projects and working with people in the industry, I've come into this problem a lot. And the problems a lot of times has been with women. I don't really find too much in males, but women tend to seem like they'll put their personal relationship with their boyfriend or their husband or somebody who ain't even their boyfriend yet, just somebody who they's probably just having sex with. They'll put that person's opinions and comments ahead of what they're supposed to be doing artistically. Like for instance, like I was in a relationship, right? And then I write erotic fiction, right? So the girl got mad because that's what I wrote about. Like I write about all other shit, but she got particularly mad because of that. And she was like, "Well, I'm in a relationship with you. If you really cared about my feelings like that, you wouldn't write stuff like that." And that was just really like fucked up to me. And I understand that I'm not the only one that go through it throughout the world. I'm sure a lot of people go through it, but I have to look at it like who gives us the art. Every single person, check it out. Every single person born in this world is artistic. They have art in them. You know what I mean? You have art in you from being a baby. You give a baby a crayon, it's gonna draw. You give a girl in middle school a pen and a journal. She's gonna write about what happened in her day. That's where diaries came from, right? Diaries come from females being writers, short story writers. If you really looked at what a diary is, it's like telling a story. You know, dance like little girls or little boys and stuff. They could be like barely walking. They'll hear a song, they'll get to hopping up and down, start trying to dance. That's in the art. So we're born with art. God gave that to, or God probably covenanted the art based on what our ancestors gave to us artistically. Every person listening to us right now, when you was a kid, you had art in you. And even now you have artistic qualities. But then you have to ask yourself why you ain't doing your artistic qualities right now. And a lot of times it's because of you didn't believe in yourself enough, because the people that are around you didn't motivate you and didn't help you with it, or you was in a relationship with somebody who disapproved, or you let it go on so far in your life and everything, you just felt like, oh, that's just a hobby. I really don't care about it no more. Other things is more important right now. Some shit like that. But I was just what is just so fascinating to me and shit is like how people in general, and even women, especially women, how do they stop being as they full potential on the artistic side because they're in a relationship, and the person they was in a relationship with and didn't even give them the art, right? They didn't even like bless them with the art. They walked into something that was already powerful, but yet they have so much to say about what that woman can do artistically. It is really sad. And I feel like a lot of women aren't able to really be truly artistic. I feel like when we look at this world, like women voice is so small in this world a lot is because of their relationships. Because they always have to look at the dude and be like, oh, is it okay for me to do this? Is it okay for me to be this artistic? I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to make you feel insecure. Like dudes are really like flimsy in their manhood. So women will stop being what they truly are, or start being the real essence of who they are artistically. And because of how it's going to make a man feel, it's going to make him feel small because he's weak. A lot of these women are in these relationships with weak dudes trying to make them strong. They're not in relationships with dudes that's already emotionally strong. They're trying to help these dudes become emotionally strong. They're trying to help these dudes with their manhood. So they're not going to do certain things because it's going to hurt the dude's manhood. And I just think that is fucking crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Even working on the Daughters Hustle, a lot of my problems came with the fact of dudes interfering. And when I say interfering, it's like I'm gonna make it clear. It's not like I didn't want the dudes to be involved. Like I don't care if a girl has a boyfriend or a husband and she's trying to audition for a role in a movie, or she's trying to do some business with me or whatever, I really would like the male to be involved because he's going to be able to help when I'm not around. When I'm not on the phone talking to her about ideas or whatever we talked about, right? Say it's a role. And and she's about to audition for. It's her boyfriend that can go over the role with her in the house. He could be the other character, like in the character side, right? When they, to help her when she's slate. So he could go back and forth, being that person, and help her develop her talent to be even better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get involved. Anybody that's gonna support her to be able to be the best that she can be artistically, hell yeah, I'm with that shit. I shouldn't be the only one doing it. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that them dudes didn't even want to help. They don't even want to help. They want to just be around and make sure that somebody ain't trying to holler at their girl, or they trying to make sure that they girl don't find another person more fascinated than them or some shit like that. That should be on some personal shit. That shit don't be nothing on no professional shit at all. Them dudes, I've been in situations where I've been like, hey, yeah, come on down, to the audition or whatever. And all along, he mean mugging. He got bad energy and shit. And the girl is like scared, like, damn, I can't really say what I want to say. I can't even act in this role because when I get home, this dude is going to start tripping on me. Like, and I'm like looking at the dude. Like, I've been in a situation, I had to check the dude. I'm like, man, she acting, dude. Like, you know what I mean? That's not even her. She's playing a character. Like, get out your feelings with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It costs too much money to be shooting movies and shit and bringing out them big ass expensive red cameras and all that type of shit and all them expensive lenses and the lighting and all that type of shit for a girl to feel like she can't really play a role because her boyfriend is there and because he like got manhood issues. That shit's fucking crazy, dude. And a lot of productions I've been on, I've seen that shit. And a lot of what the Daughters of Hustle, one of the reasons why it's been so difficult to really put out there the way I wanted to put it out there and shit is because of that. Girls be excited in the beginning, they be like, man, I want to be a part of it. And and if they in a relationship, I'm like, yeah, tell your boyfriend or whatever, maybe he can help. But he don't want to help. He's sabotaging shit because he feel less than a man when a woman is start being her true self and being want to be artistic and want to be in the arts and stuff to be stronger than what she presently is. He start tripping. Like, I've been a victim of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was one time too. I mean, where with me as a writer, I like to experience some things I want to experience like firsthand, right? So when I'm doing like erotic fiction, I had a situation where I would watch like two lesbians and shit like fuck with each other, and then based on what they do and based on what they said, I would write it out, right? I'll write it out. I'm not participating in it from a sexual standpoint. I'm participating in it from a literature standpoint. That's why when you read like my short stories and shit, it's so detailed and shit because it's what actually happens in relationships and in those situations. Not like I'm automatically making some shit up out my imagination all the goddamn time. I actually see certain shit and I just have a way to be able to explain it. And I was in a situation with somebody where she got mad. She was like, oh, you're gonna sit there and watch and everything like that, and I don't trust the girls and all that shit. And I'm just like, they're lesbians. They don't even like men. And they agreed upon it. So all it does, it makes my writing more authentic than another writer. Like, it's like one person is saying one person who's doing erotic fiction is speaking from their own imagination. Me, on the other hand, I'm speaking from firsthand experience by watching it go down, watching the words, watching the body movement, watching how it smells in the room. Not watching how it smells in the room, but candles and shit, going however they have the setup. And these people are comfortable in their chemistry and everything like that, and it's going down, and I'm just writing it down. Like, I'm writing it, or I got a recorder and I'm just, talking about what's going down, and then I'll go write it. That's way more authentic and shit than somebody just blatantly just using out the imagination. So that makes me a better writer. That's why I'm the world's most provocative writer because of that reason.